Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soulprint. Okay, so first of all, thank you all for your support, your understanding, your healing energy that was sent to me because I was unable to do Pendulum Friday. So it was kind of like a little bit of a gong show on Thursday. I got it in my head. There was a whole bunch of stuff I could get done today, that day. Well, and I did, except then my body hurt like just everywhere. Um, Then Joyce pressed send to send me all the questions, but her computer didn't send them. Then I fell on some ice. Now, I may not be psychic, or maybe I am, but I can read flippin' signals. And when three things like that happen that just stop me, it's like, yeah, okay, we're not going to do any more. So, as I mentioned, last week's questions and this week's questions have been compiled and are being compiled by Joyce. Thank you so much. Um, and we will deal with all of them on Pendulum Friday. I'm not in great shape right now, you can probably tell. But there's two readings that I want to get done for this week. One is the one I'm going to record right now is sort of like the first 3 months of 2026 for Trump. And then the one I'm going to release on Wednesday is like the first 3 months of the United States of 2026. So also, if you are somebody who has pressed the notification bell, you will be getting two sort of alerts today on Monday. And because I recorded a short video about Alberta and the whole separatist thing going on here and the Maple Magas, that is also going to be released on Monday, probably about an hour after this originally goes. So depending on your feed, you might see one or the other first. Um, okay. So without like any further ado, show me Trump, January, February, March 2026. Okay. If he remains in office, and at that point, even that seems a little kind of questionable, but if he does, you're going to see less and less of him physically because he is realizing and recognizing that his frailty that he does not admit to having is really showing through. And he doesn't like that, of course, because he doesn't like anything that doesn't make him look, superhuman. What is going to be increasing, unfortunately, is his rants on True Social. They're getting more aggressive, they're getting longer. He's like shouting everything out. So that's going on. And part of the reason that those things are happening is because the first 3 months of 2026 look like they are particularly perilous for him, not only physically and mentally, but for his presidency. And so, he's of the opinion that if you can't see him, you can't judge him. He's going to be under a great deal of pressure to deal with the tariff situation. Now, apparently, I heard that he sort of reduced the tariffs or stopped some of the tariffs on some of the goods that the United States cannot, um, they don't have the resources to match their need, right? So rare earth minerals, that kind of thing. Um, so there's gonna be a lot of pressure on him because even people who adore him have been hurt and injured and ridiculed and made fun of by him. So People are losing faith. And more you see these little videos saying, I regret voting for Trump or he's betrayed us or whatever it is. Because they're being hurt. Like really directly, they are feeling the pain. Everybody is, but a lot of what he's like implemented particularly impacts red states. So, he's biting the hand that feeds him. And his not his advisors, but corporate giants, the Wall Street people are going to be explaining to him that if he gets from January 1st to March without completely tanking the economy, it will be a miracle. And so the thing that he campaigned on, which was lowering prices and more jobs, etc., are both blowing up in his face. So he's under an extreme amount of pressure, and this is the thing. We know that he is able to function actually with extreme amounts of pressure, and more than that, he really likes the chaos around him. But there comes a point where, yeah, that's not working for him. And so, yeah, he actually starts to feel and react and respond to that increased pressure. He is going to be losing some of his key cabinet members because suddenly, well, they just think they need to spend more time with their family. I love that line. So there's going to be a lot of that going on, a lot of upheaval, and basically, sort of Patel, um, Hegseth, and Bondi are the three in particular that are just undermining everything he wants done because they do it so badly. And so that's not working for him. So, aside from everything else, now you've got new people in these positions who more than likely are going to be even bigger sycophants than he already has, which I don't know, hurts my head to think that there may be some out there that are even more so. So, there's a lot of sort of turmoil going on. They're also telling me, and I will not go into detail on it simply because, well, they're not giving it to me, but if there were, I wouldn't say it anyways, because they're telling me something's going on with Baron within those first couple of months, whether it is an issue with his health or with school or with information getting out that they didn't want getting out, possibly connected to the whole cryptocurrency thing. Um, so that's going to be again amplifying and increasing the stress and pressure he is under. And, I've said this before, he can handle a lot of it, but there comes a point where the body says, that's enough. That is just enough. Um, Much like I did too much, so then my body hurt, and then the questions didn't send, and then I fell on ice all in one day. Right? It's like when it rains, it pours. And when the body is overtaxed, it starts breaking down so that you are forced to retreat, you are forced to rest. So anticipate that. You're going to see more world leaders honestly kind of taking their cues from Mark Carney, our prime minister here in Canada, and they're going to start like very quietly and very gently just turning their backs on him because the crazier things get, the more sort of radical he gets, and the more he pushes, and the more he pushes already. Leaders of other countries are saying enough. Not only that, but it really does seem that as of right now, in sort of early December, he seems to be really, really climbing into bed with Putin. And I mean, like, Putin talks, he talks, you can't tell the difference, right? So that's an issue. Mm. Because he's not supposed to be such buddy-buddy with Putin, and the fact that he is, it's only upsetting and distressing, okay, to other countries, particularly in Europe, where, Russia is so physically close to them. So those are the kind of energies that look like we're going to be dealing with. I'm just going to ask, is Trump still actually going to be sitting in the Oval Office as President of the United States throughout the whole of 2026? No. Okay. Is he going to be sitting in the Oval Office as President of the United States by the end of March 2026? If he is, it's going to be soon after that he falls. Um, One of the things that is really, really impacting him and is going to get worse are his polling numbers. When polls that um, favor 45 are giving him bad news, yeah, it's not good. Okay. Like, it's just not good. And so that's, again, part of what you're going to be seeing. So, what I'm seeing basically is he's going to be on a very slippery downhill slide, because he's got the tariff issues going on. He's got the Putin issues going on. He's got this ridiculous war with Venezuela. Does anybody even know why he's mad at Venezuela? I haven't heard why he's actually mad at them and wants to go to war with them. But I think part of it is that there is this idea that, well, if the United States can take Argentina, then Russia can take Ukraine, then China can take, I'm sorry, whatever that smaller country is that they want. Um, I think that that's part of it. He's got some sort of a family issue going on. He's got really bad poll numbers. He's got a very public decline mentally and physically. And his own body is starting to um, rebel against him and sort of the ongoing stress and strain that he, frankly, is putting on it. Because he's just so driven, and it is to it. You know how I've often said how Putin, I call him the wannabe czar, because that's what he does. Like, he wants all the different pieces of Russia that broke apart to come back together again, because he wants to be, king of all, right? And in many ways, that's what 45 is looking for. And in order to start that process, aside from this trying to win a war with Venezuela or go to war with Venezuela, in order to be able to do that, he has to fulfill this sort of draconian, um, authoritarian ruler that he wants to be. It may very well be also that there are some rulings that come out, um, that really, really go against him. Whether that has to do with, people he's attacking, like Comey, and, trying to sue him again, even though he didn't have a good cause the first time. But there's going to be that too. So listen, keep steady. Trust that the things around you are going to feel chaotic. And what is that phrase that we now all love? Observe, observe, but don't absorb. Okay. Um, it's important that however you get your news, that you at least try to consume a small bit of it every day, just so that you know what's kind of going on in the world around you. But beyond that, go bake Christmas cookies and watch Christmas movies and whatever. Keep yourself in the now and make the very best of the now that you can. Okay. Um, right after this, I am recording the USA January, February, March. So you'll see that one on Wednesday. Again, thank you for all of your support and healing energies. Keep them coming because, frankly, I'm a mess. I really am. My body is just said enough is enough. So I'm going to go take good care of myself, and you all take good care of yourself and be well. I'll see you on Wednesday, and God willing, I'll be here on Pendulum Friday. Take care now. Bye bye.